Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to our second community race night in the post-tournament season here for Free Enterprise. I'm your host alongside Deathlike. I am Rexol the Gamer Dad, and we have Falgren doing the tracking for us tonight, and Beauty and Discovery doing the switches behind the scenes. What are we looking for tonight, Deathlike? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. This is gonna be a fun night where early moon can't be haunted. It just can't. It just won't. This racing club won't let it. At least in theory. So we got a Porum start. So that means we'll have a sort of a free-ish time, hoping that we have a good partner. And I mean, there's an Edward in the seat, so I guess we'll have to eat him.
We'll have to. We don't have the spoon flag in this flag set, so it makes Edward a little bit less palatable for your party. But you may not have many choices. There's a distinct 7 flag in this flag set, and there's no Fusoy in this flag set, so you'll be a little bit narrow on your choices. This is one of our more advanced flag sets, if you will. So if you're one of our newer runners or just a casual fan of Free Enterprise, you're going to see some high-class racing tonight. We have a couple of pretty difficult flags besides our hero flag that Deathlike alluded to a few minutes ago, with Porum being our hero. We have what's called our S Pro and T Pro flags on this. So how does that differ from your normal randomizer in Free Enterprise there, Deathlike?
Let's just say more of your gear from looting is trash. More of stuff that you are buying from shops. The selection is not so great. So you'll still be looting and you'll still be buying things, but there are some value buys from shops. But for the most part, if you're looting, you're probably you'll probably be doing some monster in a box grinds, whether it's Eblin Castle, and you probably want to think, if you get Moon early, you probably will want to take on the hairdryer chest, because you need the XP so you can get your characters enough levels to literally dive the LST. A way of thinking of it is you need to get your characters prepared to take punches, and they'll punch hard. White Mage goes a long way to getting there, so you probably, before even diving LST, you want Blink. But early Crystal also means you will get to do, the infamous D-Machine grind, D-Money grind, as some people will call it, or you will, especially if you don't have a Tela, which is a fair chance of happening. You might have to do a Mac Giant grind, which is an alternative grind. Though, if you're not comfortable with that, you will have to learn a way to get that XP to allow them to survive the LST fights this early.
Perfect. Well, we still have our seed underway now. We've got 2 white mages to start here. We got Porum and a Rosa. We've got a variation of Mylon at our first boss in Baron Castle that we'll see later on, possibly. And we're starting with our Earth Crystal. So we get a party room check very early on, more than likely. That's going to be probably your source of good gear early on. As you mentioned, the S Pro and T Pro flags will minimize what the strength of the items are. But the Treasury in Troya, the one unlocked with the Earth Crystal, tends to have a higher quality gear than the rest of the stuff in the Blue Planet. As we see both of our runners making a mad dash there.
Look, if I get the Earth Crystal, that loot, yes, first thing, because you could do Castle Eblin, but I think this is a better choice because density, location, and you get the open treasury if you need some extra stuff, which I think is worth a go some of the time, because there's a chance, I think, getting tier 8 stuff in these chests. I think, I'm not sure if we have the flags limited, but for the most part, I see a lot of trash.
There's Bahamut Orb, more Gunner Spear, and that's about it. I saw a lightsaber in there, so rate that treasury. I'm guessing we're somewhere around the 5 out of 10 mark, maybe 5.5. Those Gunner Spears are okay.
I would rate it not white mages over 10.
Yeah, that is true. We didn't see anything for our white mages there. We see both runners going to the public treasury now. Got a headband in there. Gaia shirt, that would help out. Dancing dagger, not necessarily a bad thing in this spot.
So,
Pauldron, yes, saving with probably a 6, depending on who else we get. Yeah, that's probably a good mode of thought. We end up with, we know that Edward is one of our 7, so we're looking at 4 other characters in this flag set.
I would just say if Edward shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, great. He would be my first yeet when there's a chance to yeet. But at this point, you get what you get. You may want to reset if whatever's on ordeals is a pain to fight. Especially on the Mount ordeals. I mean Mount Hobbs. If there's a DKC there, like which I've rolled a seed where that you probably want to reset out and just come back later. But depends on the boss. Depends on what's there. What the boss is there. Usually a good place because you want your character now, and with the flags requiring you to earn your character, which means you need to do a fight or something that prevents them from easily acquiring them. That probably worth a reset if the boss is not complete garbage.
This would be a sparkle check on Garen's side. Interesting that we're taking this fight. No dupes flag on. So this is purely an XP fight. There's no other benefit to it. There's no key item behind it. There's the reset that we're expecting. Yeah, Mount Hobbs doesn't have a key item behind it, so the only reason you normally take it is one of those earned characters you were just speaking about. But with the no duplicate flag on, that second Rosa does us no good. So Garen resets out and is going to hop down to Antlion Cave for some more loot.
I mean, there is a second worst case is that there's another dupe in Baron Inn. So that would be a scary thought if you want something this to be super spicy, where you get dupe characters, and your only main characters for doing damage are your white mages, which is not impossible because heroine robes are your best loot, but you'd actually have to get one. That is the challenge.
Yeah, especially with the K unsafe flag. K unsafe meaning that the runner's not required to go to the underground before the moon. So we could be in a situation where the next earned character, if you will, is going to be up on the lunar dais. So that would not be fun whatsoever. As we see Garen taking the Antlion Cave fight, and we're looking at the turtle.
It should be free-ish because the spot isn't very, very high HP nor really punchy. Not a concern. Just probably dump a few J items. That should do most of the work. Vampire doing quite a bit of work. Double the effectiveness of the actual spell, which is incredible. Given that all damaging spell like item-based damage items have a spell multiplier of 8. 8 is a magic number for items for a lot of them, anyways.
It is not a lonely number. The loneliest number is 1, from what I hear. As we see both of our runners taking on the turtle, Garen's is in the shell now. So we'll see that one fall momentarily. The only thing that is unfortunate here is you do get that reaction, that script, if you will, if you do damage to Kenyatsu in the turtle shell form. Oh, that's unfortunate. Trying to use the kamikaze with Porum to bypass the animation, kind of get it over with, but there we go.
Well,
Porum missing out on the XP.
No, Porum's a hero, so she always gets the XP.
Right,
it's a sacrifice.
See, it's a flag. That's right.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Crystal. Speaking of going to the moon first,
I feel like it's just go to the moon, pick up the character, come back. It's one of those things where you want the character more than anything, especially when the worst case scenario is that your underground access has to be from the moon, and that because your initial when you start from Baron, it's the initial key item plus 4 key item checks. So you really hoping for a little divergence where you can do a little bit beyond the opening. But I mean, so Earth Crystal is on the table. You can get your 2 characters there, but right now probably not worth doing immediately. An interesting looting decision from Garen. It's not.
Garen's gonna check the shop here real quick. Speaking of shops, that is a gated shop up on the moon, though, so that's another thing we could check while we're up there. Just an item shop, but it's a shop nonetheless.
Gated shops, pretty good. But however, since we're doing S Pro, so we won't get all the good stuff that you usually see in most tourney flag sets. So you don't get access to like sirens. You don't get to buy Bacchus wine. Like all that stuff is usually gated, but usually on gated shops. But because of S Pro, that is not on the table. If you were to get that item, it would be from the Coco shop, which is doubly gated with the key items to do forge plus getting underground access. So that's why it gets special attention. So your shop for like doing work like getting hourglasses, they're not on the table, which is part of why this flag set is pretty difficult.
Matic buying some mute arrows and charm arrows, as we see Garen going to raise the whale as well. So both runners poised to go up on the moon. Some silk webs there in the Mysidia shop.
Probably don't really. I thought there's some Thor rages, but the turtle was there. The only thing you'd worry about is Odin, but I don't think that's a usual concern. But I think usually I find myself buying like a 30 set of charm and mute whenever I can get at least 30 set, because you'll probably because I end up consuming at least the one set and use the other. It just works out that way. I don't know. I can't say that's the math. It just works out every single time I do it.
If it works, it works. You don't want to second guess it. As we see, Garen's going to check the character first. Matic checking the shop first. Our character at the Lunar Palace today is... Wait for it. Edward! All right. That is another objective. Objective number 5 on our list.
I mean, someone has to.
That's about the only value in that, I think, if we're being honest.
If there's value, I have a Fey Marsh to sell you.
Yes, this is true. This is true. At this stage, though, when you're trying to improve your party to advance the seed, though, you're still a ways away from Fey March, and that Edward did not help your party.
So I think from the order of operations, I think you kind of want to do the Fabul Gauntlet or Mount Ordeals, and then maybe head to Baron Inn. I don't Baron Inn very difficult with 2 white mages without a Heron robe on hand. So at this point, I think makes sense to go back to the Earth, do Fabul Gauntlet, I think, and then make a kind of a guess. I mean, neither runners have checked Baron, I think, to check what the character is at that spot. I think Garen is trying, because I think both they have found an hourglass. So
yeah,
doing the hairdryer's chest, I don't like it, because this offense is, I would say the word abysmal.
Well, he just checked the chest. It wasn't.
Well, they got lucky then. Got very lucky.
Matic doing the same thing. This is just a loot run, I think. We're getting information for who's at Cave Bahamut, because I mean, unless you're looking for a free fight here, but
we're looking for
labs are not on, right?
Well, we're looking for D Lunars, so that's the only boss that we really care about. So if it's a Sparkle, maybe it's here. No, it's one of the guards. So we'll see. That's good information. I think you also want to see if you want to bring back out some of that loot, if it was worth it. I never find Cave Value, as some people call Cave Bahamut, a good loot place. I know it's only 4 chests. They would normally contain the samurai set, but I've never. The only reason you're here, really, outside of peeking, is if you are bold enough to take on behemoths. And if you are gonna do a lot of this type of like early moon stuff, behemoths should be on your diet. If you don't like doing any of the D machine or the giant grinds.
Yeah. So we see there was at least a siren there. So that Anna Freeze exited to get right back out. So that wasn't a terrible loss here. Lots of looting still going on from our runners here. At least the two that we have featured tonight. Just to note, we do have 3 other racers that are racing at the same time. We had 5 racers sign up for tonight's race. So while we are definitely encouraging you to stay here and watch these 2, these are not only 2 at this. So please make sure, and if you're interested in see what happens with the rest of those, go back and watch the other videos on Twitch after the fact to see how it shaped up. So both runners going to Fabul as you pretty much called just a few moments ago.
You gotta do it from the degree of difficulty, and I just base it on vanilla difficulty. I don't even have to take care of what the boss is most of the time. If you know what the HP, relative strength, either through magic or punchiness or both, you mostly know what's gonna happen most of the time. Then there's one-off surprises like terrible bosses at terrible places. Like
a Val here would be bad.
No. Val on backside of Mount Ordeals is a classic bad. Val here is like, it's not as bad.
It's not would be annoying. How about the sisters? Sisters bad? Sisters could hurt.
I think the magic might be problematic, even if they're not magically inclined. They're still gonna murder Edward in one hit.
3 of them. Mindy's still punchy. I mean, that fire too is doing work. I mean, this is pairing up to be. We have mute arrows, don't we? Did we pick those up on Garen side? I know we did on Maddox's side.
I think Maddox's side. That's gonna be a problem. The shopping for arrows, especially with the early white mage start, you essentially really you do want a bow and arrow, and because mute arrows will do a lot of work, and you have a Rosa, so that means you don't have to worry about whiffing with aim. Aim does all the work, so you want Rosa to do the work, the punchiness, and Porum to survive. At least survive enough to get not the other levels, but rather just stick around and keep everyone upright. But that's not going to happen for Garen at this very moment.
Nope. There's our mute arrows at work, and Matic with a Gaia drum and mute arrows makes easy work of the Mega Sisters. Garen unfortunately has to reset out of that. We'll turn our battle speed down to 2 and give it another go.
So yeah, the Matic showed up later, did more shopping, but that shopping paid off, and that's what, especially with this flex set, your gear, while not as important because your gear is probably trash, but if you get just enough gear, it will do just a little bit more work, and that makes all the difference. Even just for a wipe or not a wipe.
That's another character check, as we got the Sand Ruby out of the Fabul check. So this could be another way to increase the power of our party. In fact, anything at this point in time I think would increase the power of our party. Anything that's not a duplicate.
I mean, look, the duplicates will exist. I mean, I've had seeds where I had all the Porums, so it's great until you don't want another Porum.
Maddox
so yeah,
says, we're gonna find out who that is real quick, because it can't be bad at this point in time.
I think worth a check, and you might want to do some more shopping. But if you find Mutant Charm, you've pretty much already done all your arrow shopping.
Hey, it's a Sid.
Yeah, the bulk is worthwhile. Not ideal. You'll need the bulk because if there's a DKC in a nasty spot, that Sid will be a godsend because you just can't. You just need the bulk.
Between Sid and Yang, those are 2 of your highest HP characters. That's as you said, those fights where you have to have just HP soak. They're prime for that. So Kaipo you've got some exits and heals in there.
The problem with Sid is just the Porum's the hero, so even she will outspeed Sid. Sid is one of the slowest characters on par with Tella. I forget which one is slower. It doesn't make a difference. All you need to know is Sid might need a little help getting some agility boost to overtake Porum. Especially she is also the anchor. Being the hero means that that character is the anchor. So you ideally want to be faster than your anchor. And helps a lot when you have a curse string. The curse string I think will appear in the gated shops. That as we have, as said earlier, we have S Pro, so getting the curse ring will require a gated shop in this flag set.
It looks like that Matic found an ogre axe in the left tower for Bull on the way up to Sheila. Check those chests real quick. That's another big find. Sticking Sid in that center spot, even though he's not the anchor, will allow him to get increased accuracy. The axes by nature have a decreased accuracy on their swing, as we see yet another mage in Baron Inn.
Well, we'll find out which Mylon this is, so we know the other Mylon, the Dance Party of Undead, is in Baron, which is kind of nice and cozy. We're all co-located.
Yep, as we see. We did see Bahamut Orb, so that, yeah, exactly. So, Frog mentioning in chat, that Bahamut Orb is going to be huge. Oh, CPU on the backside of Baron Inn.
This is just slow. It's going to be both slow, but this is fine. Yeah, I'm not worried. This is just the attacker only does one attack that just hits for 10% of the maximum HP, so it's 10 or 11 shots to kill, so that's pretty safe. As long as you're just not neglecting a cure here or there, you're not worried about it. Just gonna be slow because this spot has around, it was like 3,000, 4,000 HP. It's and this is split. Yeah, so it's gonna be slog. I think the ratios I'm trying to say is like the CPU is like 2,000, 20,000 normally with 2,000.
About 4,000.
So I say 80%. So you have to get around 3,000 worth of HP, which is whatever. It should be, or if it's 3,000, I forget the number. I should really check the number. But really, it's just
that ogre X makes it a little bit negligible. At this
much
point
more.
in time.
Oh yeah, you got that free damage. You got to take it. But
we got a hook. That just go underground.
We're not doing. Well, we're gonna do a character check. I would like to find a way to yeet. Probably have to yeet the bard. Especially if you can, once you get Rydia and you have, I forget if both of our runners got the Bahamut Orb. But yeah, that will make a big difference. Whoever's got the Bahamut Orb, but it will take a while to Rydia to get the MP to cast it. That I've always found. Those Soma drops, I think they probably should show up in the seed. It's just one of those. It's nice if it shows up, but just get a levels. You don't have to worry about it.
We see some tents being picked up on Maddox's side before he departs from Baron.
Yep.
And we'll probably see, as you mentioned, we'll probably see that character check. Again, finding any way to improve this party. No, we're just going straight to ordeals. 3 boss fights and a key item check. Not a bad deal when you're trying to get rid of some magic points here. That's provided they aren't that dicey.
It should be relatively safe. I'm not saying. I mean, there are bad Mount ordeals. I mean, saying Val, if Val is in the backside, that will be a problem. This team cannot take it. It'll be at least, even if it can take it, it'll be a really slog. It'll be a slow struggle because Val's very evasive. When she spins, she wins mostly. Well, she loses, but like she wins like weak mage teams. That is her. It's not even a gimmick. She's like really good. She's really good at making work to kill her.
That'll be helpful, possibly. Yeah, we don't want to see Val. We don't want to see a back attack Wyvern here. Nope rope will be bad. We have. Is this going to be Water Hag or the
Water
Gauntlet?
Hag would be better. I think you want the Alt Gauntlet.
You want the Alt Gauntlet here if you're going to take it. We have the Water Hag.
This is too free. Well, whatever. Just you take the XP. You take it wherever you get it.
This is a free win for Rydia. I mean, provided she get punched by the Water Hag.
I don't think it's not really that punchy. You'd be surprised how unpunchy this spot is.
Well, there's one punch.
See,
there's one
comedic level of punch.
As long as the Water Hag leaves her alone from here on out, we're fine.
I think it's trying to buffer for Sid, but trying to get the run. It's one of the dialogue does slow things down, but it's still easy. Yeah. Just making sure, trying to get sure Rita getting the levels is the most important goal here.
There's 12 of them. Will that work?
Well,
12,
look,
12 of
I
them
buy
should be able to
just
hum.
buy it. I buy a 10 set. I think. Well, I'm like if you're strapping for chaos, you buy 5 because I've never. When you need camping gear, you will immediately feel it the moment you don't have it. Like,
Garen got the hook. He's going to get the hovercraft. Ordeals 2. Dark Imps. That's going to be fast and punchy.
This isn't bad. This is like
not
this
bad.
is.
We've got Hourglass. We've got. Yeah, that's not bad. It's just going to be fast and punchy. Is the only. I mean,
the punches are it's sort of above average, but it's fine. Like
relative to our party.
Yeah, I mean, Ed will probably go down. Maybe Rydia. I mean, you're not gonna lose too much sleep over it. It will be bad if she. I think Rydia, you just want Rydia up. Don't worry. If you want Edward to get the levels, just make him hide. It's not like he's. I mean, he could contribute with the dancing dagger, but I would probably want him to live. I think that would.
There's your Medusa arrows doing work.
Yeah. I don't think it. I'm trying to remember if it actually took advantage of the empty ATB. I guess it would be a behavior. It might not be a bug, but so when a character, whether it's the enemy or character or an enemy empties ATB, basically they've taken a turn, taken an action, and immediately queue up a command before that. It is guaranteed, like 100% guaranteed. Well, either if they don't resist it, that the status affliction, so in this case stone, would be applied. That is it's a very nice trick too, especially when you have Medusa arrows. They're very valuable. Or you have, I mean, the Black Sword's better, but Assassin Dagger also benefits from this. So this is it's one of those kind of free XP tips. Just as long as you just time it right, you cue it just right, knowing that the enemy has taken the turn. It's perfect 100%, barring RNG working against you on your accuracy.
Well, it looks like Matic went back and saved because we have our mirror room check under the Sea Hero flag. Our hero goes in alone. So this is Porm going in to do the final check ordeals by herself. We'll get the key item check first to see what we have here. In the meantime, it's just a strength ring. I say just. It's just not a key item. At the same time, we have Garen over here doing our Eblin Castle check. Oh, that's a wyvern. Speaking of people,
that's all right. No, that's all right. We can. The strength ring will be on Sid and no one else, so that's all right. We can leave.
We'll leave that alone.
I mean, you could probably. I'm trying to say, can we do it on Wyvern Standard Time? Wyvern Standard Time being Battle Speed 6.
Is there a benefit to it? Because there's no XP from it. So is there a benefit from
if there's a Cecil in the seed?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you just want to do it if you think there's a Teller or Cecil in the seed. I would just do it for the sake of doing it. But I understand if you. I mean, that's just right now. You don't have to come back if you bump into one of the other. So, and I think both would be valuable. Definitely the Cecil for sure. Atella, I might consider. I would actually have to think about that. Because you'd have the utility, and then you can do the D machine grind, but everything beyond that, I don't know. It doesn't. The Tella just isn't ideal for an already mage heavy party, and that you couldn't. It's one of those things that if you're gonna get Tella, you're gonna do the D machine grind.
Right.
That would be the thing to do.
Yeah, Beauty in chat mentions, you get some arty arrows, and that wyvern's a piece of cake. But again, unless you get your Tella or your Cecil, it's not a value add at this point in time. We did see that Garen got the Staleman and Skulls check, Mayab check down. We'll see what's behind that one. In the meantime, Matic did check to see who's at the Demas spot. Reminder, we have a boss check as one of our objectives. Crystal Shield, not great from our Monster Box check. Was a good experience, though, so can't write that off. We're getting the Waterfall check as an Antlion.
Yeah, immediate reset. Just checking for. It's just a boss check,
Yep.
and it's indirectly also a demis check because also under the flag set, no free key items. That means that normally without that free key item from Bedward, from Troy, like he's sleeping, and just because he needs a nap for reasons. Who knows why he needs to take a nap and hand you a free key item? But instead, you need to find Demis, kill Demis, and then come back to Radia's mom's resting spot and pick up a key item there. So for now, I think both the runners are obviously on the same wavelength, at least to getting the XP, collecting XP from here, because this is a decent source, especially if you had got enough decent items to spend J items, especially J items, the hourglasses. Probably want to save that for a really bad chest, but I think at this point we probably can expose some of the monster spots with Medusa arrows.
We see some mad ogres here, but reminder, we have the ogre axe on Sid, so this won't be as terrible as it might be as Garen goes through this. So Garen's now unfortunately ran into the inventory boss, which is still undefeated in this randomizer.
I'll say is you don't fight the inventory boss if you don't have a full inventory. That's just, dump all your junk as soon as possible or sell your junk, because they're just gonna take space. It's just like, or dump it early. But it's always good to can just dump it early. That was just as well.
Some life glitches. I'm mad excited to get some more experience. Rydia will not get the experience though because she decided to take a nap. Bahamut doing work on Garen's side. That was a sword of some sort. I did not see what it was.
It doesn't can't use it, so it doesn't make a difference. The thing is the Avenger. It's probably so. I would not for character. There's do not have. There's a Dragoon
spear on the Lamia side, so I think that was an Avenger. Yeah, we can't use it yet. We're still holding out hope that one of our remaining characters is going to be either our remaining two characters are going to be Cecil or Kane.
Ideally you'd have a Cecil, because you just want him to give him the best sword if you can find one first. But and timing of that, trying to heal Edward that immediately runs away while crit initially. Those are times. You just kind of wish he would respond to you in a nice way. But yeah.
So Garen's going to stop the back Mad Ogre. We're going to use the life glitch on the second one that just died, and we're casting Berserk on Sid, who's going to got an axe of. He must have picked up an axe of some sort, obviously. So we're getting a couple life glitches. Garen's going to easily pump up some experience on his team.
I think it's also an ogre axe.
Yeah, I think as well. It's what it looks like.
That would have been nice if the Lamia actually punched Porum back to our senses, but
There we go. So Garen exits out and is going to go down to the Eblin Cave.
This is sort of problematic on Maddox's side, not getting Rydia the XP. Wouldn't matter as much on Edward, but you do want her you want her to gain the levels to get the MP to get Bahamut to blarg all the things. So it's not like it's not too much of a setback, but it's one of those if I had only had her upright to get more blarg casts.
Yeah, I think and Frog alluded to this. Yeah, Slingshot. Yeah, Frog was saying the same thing. I think we're going to Slingshot her later. You got 5 people in your party now. Let's go ahead and with Bahamut being the only real use for her right now. I think he's waiting
pretty significant
in the future. Yeah,
I would not. A slingshot makes more sense if you did that on Edward that would receive a weapon of choice, but that's just not. It just doesn't feel like the thing that's gonna happen. So I don't. I'm not saying I'm not anti-slingshot. It's more like I'd like my characters to kind of level with me at the same time, more or less, as much as possible. Not like if it's your hero character taking a nap because because they just need to take the one hit. That's fine. It happens all the time. So I don't. But I think characters that who's probably gonna do a lot of your work should probably try to stay upright. So if that Edward that just fell down the max side had that could equip a spoon, or had a spoon on hand, you got to get him the levels. So it's one of those things.
Yep, Garen's heading down the cave now after doing some shopping. We'll see who this character is. That's a Kane. There's your Avenger user.
Yeah, we're most likely we'll have to want to eat the Edward, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sid is on the table.
This is true.
Because Sid will be the problem.
Work,
you can just give him Sid's equipment. The thing is, your issue, in a sense, is is your character faster than or as fast as Porum, and Sid is not going to catch up. He could, but we'll see. But yeah, the first choice though. That would have been my first choice.
Inventory boss strikes again. We'll worry about that later. But that we don't. No, we have to worry about now because you can't take the shield off with your inventory boss being in your face. So we got to take the shield off first because the Avenger sword does take both hands.
Yeah, it's a two-handed weapon. So, and as the message is fixed in Free Enterprise, but it's not very clear on how to equip it. I think it just says two-hand something when you have two weapons. It's not exactly. I think it was missing some words. Let's put it that way.
And we skip the save.
I think we're trying to get the other Mad Ogre chest, which is at this point, if you're already done Castle Ublin, this is like next. You should be able to do this.
You're gonna fire through it anyway with that axe. So,
but I think
right behind.
I'm in the boat that you just not do the hook route. Just go back. Once you find the chest, go back. You're not coming back here, at least in the immediacy. You actually want to do the moon, because first of all you want Kane you do the chest with the Kane to getting Kane online, but mostly I think the stuff is going to be on the moon. I don't want to rest. I don't think this group as currently constituted is gonna get do the Grand, and I don't remember what the boss is.
Something just occurred to me. Odin is the Hook 2 boss. And we're yeeting Edward, who would be absolutely primed to take that boss. Is there any appetite just keeping Edward for the rest of the Hook route and then going and dumping him for Kane?
No, you learn to do it with Kane. You do the same trick on Kane. You just learn how to jump.
You just jump instead of hide.
Yes, but that requires a lot more skill because he has to actually take some punches. There's a lot of things that work against him because he has to actually be physically on the field to jump. So that's part of part of the thing that makes it more difficult. Like the hiding is the easy part. That's the easy part. I'm sure where runners have picked up some sort of lightning casting item. I'm not sure quite yet at the moment, but given the turtle is not on the field, but it'd still be useful to use though.
Crystal Helm from the Mad Ogre chest at Upper Babel.
Yeah, that's
not ideal.
Well, there's only one more character left that could be possibly at play, so the rest are dupes. So there's only one chance at being a Cecil, but looks like Matic is doing the thing. We're talking about the doing the grind on the giant, so trying to figure that out. So the thing Matic is doing is trying to find what enemy's coming up, and there's a chart that will kind of inform what in like based on the fights what is going to be next. This is the same kind of chart is used in Final Fantasy 1, especially if you're especially doing the randomizer where the step there's this kind of a set of steps you have, and it's sort of fixed. It's kind of weird, but hard to explain. But other than it is not exactly random. But once you start like finding out what enemies you fight initially is random. But then once you know what the pattern is, then you know exactly what's going to follow up. And what Matic is trying to do is to generate the Mac Giant. From the searchers. So that's the fight that Matic will see in this next once he turns encounters on.
Yep. So we have Garen actually going to finish the hook route. We have Asura in the first spot. We know Odin's in the second spot. The mute arrows are still in the inventory. There's a mute knife, I believe, that both runners have. So we will be able to put some work in here. Of course, we still have the Bahamut that we can cast as well. And to your point, Matic is going up to the Giant of Babel to do that Mac Giant grind.
I think I'm more in favor of doing the Mac Giant grind if you can do it. This makes more sense. It'll make everything faster. One of the things is that you will end up doing a grind. Now, how that grind ends up looking like depends on your comfort level. And if you understand the step trick, then you understand that this is probably one of the faster ways. We had 2D machines because we don't have a Tela, we haven't done Mount Ordeal, so this is and we know this is gonna summon a Mac Giant, and you'll see it, assuming Matic did it correctly.
And here comes the Odin, as we saw a few moments ago, hovering menacingly over Kain to get his revenge, but beforehand, Garen's like, let's go ahead and do a save real quick just in case. And I don't blame him at this point in time. This could go one of two ways. It could be a relatively easy fight, or with the speed that Odin has here, this could be quite devastating. So we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, the Silk Web going down on the Mac Giant.
So one of the things of kind of a property, not specific of Silk Web, but of anything of speed related, is that any character or enemy that has any sort of speed affecting status, slow or fast, will still inherit it even after they die. The only time where speed can be changed is on a heal, the heal spell or the item, which will reset the speed of the targeted of the heal. So, in this case, this is the point of slow is just to keep the revived Back Giant to be constantly slow. So it's not like even though it's like a fresh new
it's
full
persistent.
HP character, full HP target, but it's still slowed. So it's unique to essentially of the Final Fantasy series.
Going down?
Pretty much. It's
Odin's raising the sword.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
I think we may be okay here with this last Bahamut, though. We might be okay.
Blargs?
This is the second Blarg.
I think you need a third, and Kain is too slow. It's not like this is the damage you need, but it's not quite enough. Maybe might get it, but
you need a
queue enough
work. No.
Nope.
Yoy.
Well,
Sid lived. Sid lived.
That's all you need.
So far.
But it's a few more.
That's
too.
Oh no.
Yeah, I look. That's why I didn't like the hook route. This is like you do need to slow it down. You don't. The speed is.
Here's the thing, though. They don't know they're going to get the magma key. Magma key's not required, so this may be the only way to get underground. And if you're not ready to take it on the moon, you don't have an option.
I like my chances getting the magma key on the moon. I don't know. It's not. I mean, look. If you get the hook, you get the hook. But you might even get the magma key around the same time sometimes. It's not. It's really just the relative difficulty and this relative strength of the party. That's what makes Garen's thing much more difficult to tackle.
We're slowing down the battle. We're speeding up Kane. Put the black belt on him.
But you have to remember that Porum is the anchor. So Kane is will be faster. That's practically most fighters. I think Sid just being the exceptional berserker that is going to be slower than Porum. So every other berserker is going to be faster than Porum. That's kind of the least of your problems. It's that.
Well, at least that black belt will also provide a little more strength than the Dragoon armor did. So
yeah, you're not worried about. You just worry about punching him as quickly as possible. That the other part is I think you probably want to use a silk web to definitely slow him down. Yeah, that will get you in more turns. That might be the difference, really.
Garen used a silk web last time as well, so that won't be a difference between this fight and last fight. We're hoping that Rudy will at least get a third Bahamut off this time.
Will require some luck. That is part of the problem. And Zerking Rosa can help. Since Odin is extra weak, that should be a reset. Don't bother because you can't get it off. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
That's what makes this fight tricky. The thing is you need if say Garen did like say the blow dryer's chest, this would be much more doable, but that's not what it is. Like the hair dryer's chest. There's a reason for it because of the monsters, but that experience is pretty significant for this party. That is kind of underwhelming because of the character. The character. Just the current group isn't that. It's just not that strong. I might be able to eke it out, but it's like that window, the difficulty is pretty high with this, particularly with this boss, with the time, that window of time before Odin does his thing, destroying everyone. Maybe not outing Sid, but killing everyone else. That's Odin spell is really just it has the damage power of Quake with this spot with the spell power of Rubicon. And that is good enough to destroy everyone but Sid. So it's kind of like an evil wall fight. You have only so much time before bad things happen.
It looks like we're getting the sword raised again. We need to get out of that casting there for reading it the second Blarg off at least. Getting the illusion on Sid. That will help if they can get enough. I don't know if you got enough hit points though. I think the last time it took 1,000 off of Sid. I think the point here is that way when Odin does strike, Sid does live. Those punches after the fact will keep him alive.
Okay, I think it should be okay, but not. It's still like pretty dicey. Wonder what bow Rosa is, because zerking in bow and arrow user is not necessarily ideal, because bows typically have, like, low tier bows have typically really garbage accuracy, which
wasn't enough health on Sid. It was 1,000 again.
Yeah, that's why Maddox grind makes more sense as long as it ends well, like with the experience, no one with everyone living. That's what makes Garen's the hook route difficult. It's really just the boss. When you see the boss, you make a determination. You have to make a quick determination. Is this boss doable with the party I have? And I'm feeling Garen is gonna hit. This is the third attempt, I think. This is hanging by a thread. It's just really difficult, and it might be difficult to pull off. That's just why I would prefer to do it like even if small grind of doing the hair dryer's chest, anything to get XP would inevitably make kind of this seed much more tenable. But I think we're gonna squeeze out a little bit more time with Battle Speed 6.
We're going down to Battle Speed 6 here, so we're pulling out all the stops.
I wouldn't. To be fair, those minor seconds makes a difference. That's why it's. That's also why it's Wyvern standard time
Yeah,
because
we're gonna,
you need all that
bow
time.
on Sid is what we're doing, I think. He's gonna stay alive. He's gonna stay alive anyway. Is the plan? You might as well give him the bow. That way you can keep attacking with the bow.
Well, yeah, Sid has.
Matic is done with the grind now. Looks like we're finally taking down the Searcher.
Not quite yet. Oh no! Oh, it's a stop. Okay, it's an hourglass. All right. That should be good enough.
545,000 experience. We got about 20 plus levels.
I think we should be able to walk out of the giant, so that should be fine. But if you have to go through it, should be much easier
Vanilla
after doing the
Giant's not
grind.
on. We can walk right back out. 44 levels on Kane.
That is all you ask for. Just have your
Yeah.
overpowered Berserker at this point, especially with the one of his strongest
We've got-
weapons. So
We've
I
got
would be
Radiant Nuke
going.
already, so yeah, that's a win.
That's all you. That's all you. That is all you're really aiming for. Like, Radiant Nuke. If Rosa gets white, awesome. But Radiant Nuke is all you really need. I think there was a double slingshot. I think Radiant probably
they both-
behind
yeah,
5
Radiant
levels
and Kane
behind.
both did, yeah.
5 levels behind the median, the middle, the middle now, not the average. It's a different term.
Are we going ahead and taking the boss too? I guess for the character check.
Yeah, you want.
mean-
You may as well. I mean,
You're built for it now.
you don't really need a character change, but if you're gonna do a character change,
That's true. No, make sure it's not D-Lunar. That's a good call out by Fallgrain. You have to make sure it's not D-Lunar.
you might as well. You get the XP.
Here.
You get a character check. It's fine. Yeah. It's a bonus for like if it works out this way, because not knowing because you don't just do giant to do giant for fun.
Yeah, we've got to top off Sid again on Garen's side. We have to top Sid off. He's gonna die to the swing again.
Nope. I don't know if they found like a Cure 3 potion shop. That would help.
Oh, there we go.
That's it.
There we
That's
go.
it.
All right,
Oh,
we're
this is
through.
ideal. Yeah, you got all
We're
your
through.
characters plus Porm's the hero, so she's not losing XP. So this is perfect. Everyone has XP. But
All right, we got Dr. Dialogue as our first boss, the giant. That's actually quite easy with the party we have.
it is very free. Plus the
Very
free heal.
Yep. So
I'm waiting for Avenger to take over, so holding out, just waiting. Oh, there it is. So when you're
here's
trying
our
to get
boss top of tower. Boss top of tower is going to be. I'll look around first. That is a
That is
blue
all-
robe, which would be the
that's
alt
all
gauntlet.
Yeah, that is.
That's no fun. That's a time sink and a half.
I mean, it's a very easy gauntlet, given
Oh yeah.
well relative to what that was about the boss. This is that is infinitely easier. It might be more painful, but at least it's easier than.
Yeah, you don't
what
want to
those
see
things-
that Jamas altar. You'd rather see it there. But that does take the play of Keyless Tower kind of down 16 notches, though. You're not doing Keyless Tower just to fight an alt gauntlet.
I feel like you just fade it. Like normal, I like the keyless tower check, but when you know it's all gauntlet, it's just like you.
Yeah,
No
that's
one
yeah,
wants
that's
this.
you're fading it. Unless I mean, again, if you've got the key, sure, run the full tower. But I'm not running Keyless Tower with the alt gauntlet up there.
I mean,
We'll
well,
get
with
to
this,
see our Fate March check though.
well, with this character, I would probably with this party, I would probably consider doing it just for the. I was gonna do it. It's not like it's free XP. Might as well get more Kane up online, but that's about it.
Our Fate March freebie for this seed is a Dragoon Spear. I
think
mean,
we picked
not-
up another Dragoon Spear,
yeah,
so
I
I
would say
guess
not something that we didn't already have. Who are our bosses though? In Fate March, we have Golb has an evil wall. That's a big Fate March, isn't it?
Well, the Golbez is actually easy. That's the Leviathan spot. Has a lot of HP, but the joke because Leviathan doesn't actually have that much spell power. Evil Wall just if Evil Walls, if they switched spots, I would be more. I would actually
Yeah,
be scared of that.
100%.
This is not that. That is not. That doesn't scare me. Like maybe I would probably weigh the I'm met on the Evil Wall, but Golbus is free-ish.
The Comedy Club, good call, Beauty. D-Lunars can be behind package, yes, can be behind package. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's the place where you least expect them to be. And C's have been known to do funny things like that. So but I mean that is the possible negative of boss hunt. But it's like you kill all the things. If you murder all the bosses, it's fine. They're just hide and. It's a game of hide and seek. If they hide in the best spot, congrats. Kudos to the seed maker.
And we're through the Dr. Dialogue fight, and we have a Sparkle at Dwarf 1. We know it's not Plague.
What we're looking for.
We know it's not Wyvern.
Well, there's still
we know it's not Pilgrim.
There's still two.
There's two left.
There's the Canadian Noodle. Yeah, Canadian Noodle or the D-Lunars. So it's got to be one or the other. 50-50 shot.
That math checks out. It is our D-Lunar fight, so this will be our third objective.
Matic will be, unfortunately, we'll just get more experience.
This could be a D-Mist at the top of the giant, which would not be a total. And it could be a Cecil. Could be. I mean, we came up here for the Mag Giant grind. It served its purpose. Dark Elf was our fight at the top of the giant. Came for the Mag Giant. Stay for the character.
I think this is free, and but I don't remember why the Dark Elf doesn't inherit the stats in this spot, because the CPU spot has incredible magic, but Dark Elf isn't inheriting, which is kind of a little unfortunate. Would have made it more interesting, but it's whatever.
Alright, so there's objective number 3 for Garen. We did not see who's at Dwarf 2. We have not gone to Zot yet.
No, we have to do this right now. So this we have to know what the other one is.
That's the Sparkle. So there's the Nope Rope, and there's the Duke Kane. All 5 Sparkles are accounted for.
Well, there'll be a dead character in Rosa, because initial Ogopogo, double big wave. That means at most half of the HP has been drained. So it's pretty significant when you do surprise Ogos. Like, I wish I healed before this.
Right. All right. After the Dark Elf, we find our character at the top of the giant is Edge. Okay, that's not a total loss.
If there's any Hanzo Steel, Sid is the first to be eaten at this point. That's just there's no way Sid is going to speed up help. Sid is going to help the team long term. Edge will probably be better, hoping for some good Hanzo Steel already collected from the trainer, and that is the last character. So
yeah, that is number 7. Yep, there goes Sid. It wasn't even a hesitation on Maddox's part.
Well, it's hard to scale Sid as a Zerker in a sense. Like there are moments where you get the Artemis bow plus whatever arrows you can put together, but it's nah.
Package at Dwarf Castle. No warp glitch here, so our runners will have to do the sealed cave check the old-fashioned way. In the meantime, Maddox finally going to check the character at the moon.
Well, look, we had to go elsewhere for a ride. This is
we did the character check.
It was a while ago. I think it was a Bard.
It's Edward. It's Edward. I didn't remember if Maddox had done it yet or not.
So
we're just going to go ahead and run our checks here on the moon. We might as well. We're geared up.
I think we're just going to peek the spots as well, because since Maddox doesn't know, we probably might consider peeking the spots, but it looks like, I guess, maybe not right. Oh, probably just go deep into it first and then check the other spots, because we know where
Ribbon and Monster at the bottom, so you might as well go to the bottom and knock those out first, just in case you can get a twofer with the D-Lunars being one of the fights.
But
and then you just walk. I mean, you're already here.
Well, yeah. So right now it's a countdown clock because for Matic, because Matic has all the XP, will do the objectives. Garen's clock is a little different because it's basically not having done the grind is still kind of behind. So it has. I mean, sure, Garen you might think Garen might have an easier time. It depends on the bosses, but just without knowing the bosses, it's a kind of a countdown clock for Garen because Matic just needs to stumble onto Dwarf to find D-Lunars, and Garen needs to do a grind. Depending on how difficult the bosses. If the bosses are then Garen would be forced to just go to the moon, do the thing, because that will
let's see
get
we
the
got
objectives.
Here. We've got DKC hasn't been found yet. Bahamut has not been found yet. Val, we've already said, hasn't been found yet. But there are still a couple of free fights too. We've got the Officer and Soldiers fight. We've got the King Queen Evelyn. We've got
lots of free fights. I think there's a lot of I think so far. I think Val is the only one that would slow things up, but not really with Maddox's team. Not so much with Garen.
There's a free fight.
Depending on the spot, might be a problem.
There's a free Ribbon Room fight.
Trying to find a coffin or something. Oh, just swapping. So yeah. So in the Officer Soldier fight, the most experience, if you need the experience, not that Matic needs it, would be from the Officer Soldiers. Just needs to get rid of the soldiers so that the officer chickens out because he doesn't want to punch. He wants to command the soldiers, but can't do it himself. So that's what officers do.
So the thing with Garen realizes, okay, all I need to do is get experience. So that's he's got to find somebody to get through the moon. That's all he's looking to do. Where Matic is still searching for those D-Lunars. To your point, if Garen can get enough experience here just by knocking out these two, he just goes top down and gets all the experience he needs. I'm thinking.
Well, we already know what his objectives are. So he just it looks like doing the hairdryer's chest before going in, which makes sense. Still needs some like safety in his time. And there, see,
magma key.
Why do the hook route? I told you the magma key. That just happened that I rolled a seed where the magma key was also in the ribbon route. I don't know how that came to be. It's all coincidence, but I think it's just that the tendency to have the like one of the underground access to be on the moon isn't too it's too high. It's like it's higher than you think because it's like the randomizer has the freedom to put the locks up here. It just does. That's because normally the seed would essentially be kind of effectively re-rolled when underground access, like when underground darkness isn't gated behind underground. Though
DKC at Masa. Luckily, we've done a grind, so Kane will live. But that's the one thing that hit Garen really hard here.
Don't care the XP. Kane will live. That's fine.
Kane lives.
Rosa, we want the mages to get the levels anyways. Just Rosa probably. Rydia already has nuke, so this Edge. He's just there. Might have probably been better with Edge because we haven't had much Edge time. That's kind of the problem. So might just be tossing all the things, but. But
we're just walking right now, aren't we? I mean, I guess we'll go back and save.
We'll have to peek the other spots for this point is peeking. Maybe get some XP for the Edge that hasn't gotten much time. I guess.
I mean,
and there's not a lot of key items picked up, so Matic might be thinking, things might be gated. But it's not really gated. It's just underground, and we have magma key, but that doesn't make a difference. You don't know what you don't know. So
I guess let me rephrase. Are you spot checking the bosses, or are you completing the boss checks? As I guess what a better question would be. Because
I think you would spot check if you're not sure, but I think you're lacking in key items, and this is a key item opportunity. So you might want you're kind of compelled to do it when you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of the problem. It's the kind of the divergence where one runner has done the grind, so she can murder everything, but doesn't know what the thing is. Where the other runner finds the thing, essentially he's already in go mode, but doesn't have the grind. So it's really, but right now I think is really the countdown is really on Matic, not so much Garen. Garen just has already done.
Let me ask a procedural question here on how because I mean obviously you're more well versed in how the randomizer works than I am. If you're Garen and you see that DKC is your only obstacle here, okay, you go through the ribbon room, you've done that, you go to Master Moon Altar, you see DKC, and you're like, well, crap. To Nerkad's point, if I had Eddie, I can just cheese it. Do you go back and pick up Eddie from the tower, cheese it, and then go get Kane again?
Nope. No. Why? You already have all your characters. You just need someone to live. You have Garen still has the Sid. Sid will survive. This is not a problem. You just need to get the levels, and I think at least you have one Siren, so that just means quick. Probably King Ryu. 2 King Ryu fights. That's an easy. But Garen's looting, so he's actually going for monster in a box. So to just get the XP, and at this point you have Blarg. Outside of making sure to survive the fights, you have Blarg. You've pretty much if you survive the fights, you've pretty much won the fight.
Yep. Crystal Sword Altar coming up on Matic's side as we're just going bottom up on the LST. Mute Bell coming out. So,
other things, I don't like I personally, while I would advocate for the D Machine and Mac Giant fights, especially if you're a runner, you need to know how to do it. But if you're new to this, you should really strongly consider doing monster in a boxes. So I said earlier that behemoth fights are common. Like if you want to experience K value, do encounters, use the behemoths in the specific blocks that they are stuck in. But there are also 3 of them in the MIB chess set, and then there's the hardest ones are the dragons, whether the Bimmy and Jimmy, Bimmy and Jimmy, blue red dragon, or the double red dragon. Those are the hardest. So the other 3 that exist are 2 combinations of warlocks and carries, like 2 of each, or 1 warlock 3 carries, and then there's the warlock plus dragon bone. Yeah, and there's like this one other, and that is most of your different the red giants. So that's 7 out of 9 MM. If you can fight those fights, the 2 dragons are the ones you want to skip anyways. You've kind of mastered, not having to worry about finding a grind. You don't have to worry about finding a siren if you can't get XP from a siren. This is kind of if you do enough. Like trigger seeds, because those are fun, and if you like learning more than you didn't want to know, that's where you find it.
Yeah, well, I will tell you, I've been playing for a short time, of a whole 6 months now, and I have never ever taken a monster in a box on the moon. That's something I still need to learn. I will take gold dragons till I'm blue in the face before I take a monster in a box.
I think monster in a boxes are easier if you have the white mages. Like with this white mage start, most of those fights are just easy. Like, easy in the sense that you're safe. You have 2 blink casters. As long as you have some decent zerkers or some way to do damage, you are set. That is like half the battle. Once you've gotten, like, it is very difficult to take down a 2 white mage team outside of like low levels. Once you get past that, it is you find the difficulty curve kind of flipped, but it's one of those things you just play enough, you'll understand how that comes to be. And and mind you, it takes a lot of seeds to do it, but when you do enough of them, it's like, come at me with an right Edward start where you have to go to the moon. Those are the days. This
Jimmy and Jimmy.
Blog will do a lot of the work.
Obvious reference to Double Dragon.
Yeah, they couldn't. You know, is it the translator's fault for getting Bimmy wrong? It's supposed to be Billy, but reasons for reasons. It's one. I should, I remember Double Dragon. I think the classic has been really hard.
The 2 was a lot of fun. I enjoyed 2 more. I enjoyed the original one. This could be a little dicey for Garen here. And I don't recall the last time Garen saved.
Yeah, that's the risk of doing... you kind of need your healing and your blinks to go up as quickly as possible. I'm trying to remember if that Kane got Dragon... the Dragoon Spear swap. I feel like it was pre-Avenger before battle, which is very problematic because the Avenger, the Dragoon Spear will probably do more work.
Yeah, one of the dragons is down now, which means in comes the that should be much easier to deal with, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Blizzard is based on the monster's remaining HP, the current HP. So it's like wave. So it's not a problem.
Oh, Maddox going to Zot instead of going to the ground. So this gives Garen more time.
Yeah. There might be bigger routing problems if a Baron key shows up. So basically, there'll be too many things distracting Matic if a key item shows up and not going underground. But that's the thing. It's
I mean, Twin Heart could show up still. I mean, I don't think you. But Pan shows up. I think you're doing the Pan check, right? Yeah, that's 3 checks.
You probably want to go underground if something underground worthy. Like, he has the magma key, so it's not like you actually have to do Azura Odin in that order. Like, I don't.
Right.
You just skip that. You don't even. Because they're not the bosses you're looking for. Well, you don't even. Well, Matic doesn't know the Azure is the boss, which is kind of a problem. But you don't want to. You don't have to want to do the fights if you can't avoid it. It might be a problem if the D Lunars was the first spot. So I guess that could be a problem. It's one of those. It's like a prisoner's dilemma kind of deal.
Yep.
You figure out which one's telling the truth, which one's going to be the right one. It gets more difficult as there are too many options for Matic versus Garen. Just has just one goal. It's very.
Yeah, I think Garen at this point in time is ready to take on the last 2 objectives. He doesn't realize yet that last boss. He's gonna make sure Sid has enough HP to live.
I think I'm trying to remember if Kane has arrived at the HP. Not, Kane has about the same HP, which is good and bad. Good, because this fight, though not having double XP with the 10 key items, it only has, if I'm counting this right, 5. So it's not enough. But this spot will get you there. But Sid not picking up some of the XP earlier, in the previous fight that he was down in, that it's kind of hindering his growth. So maybe Garen might be thinking, well, probably will check the spot first, and then may rethink it depending on how the outcome of the DKC fight. Probably just need to buffer. I think Kane or Sid, depending on who has the most HP. And has to be probably cast by Rosa, because Rosa will probably survive the first one, but not the second one. So it's just one of those who gets lucky.
All 5 racers are still going. We haven't anybody finished yet. A reminder, this is a 5-player race. We are highlighting 2 of our runners, but there are 3 other racers going. So while we may see one beat the other on this stream, there are 3 others that may actually come out on top. As we see Matic finishing his Zot check, so this is a little bit more time with these cutscenes. From Zot, we get the pan. So there's the pan we were just talking about.
Probably will be incentivized to go underground, and then may stumble onto it. Depends on in what order. More events, like there's a lot of things to do underground, so they're going underground. Like, but looks like doing the pack.
We're doing the DMS check, the Iridium check. Yep.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
That's fine. This is not a small delay, but
yep.
Probably be distraction like harp or something.
Rat tail, which is also distraction. Yes.
Which we'll probably see the hook being used to do that. So so
yeah,
just
he's got the rat and
more
the
delays.
Tail, so go turn both those in. Garen's done with the ribbon room now, so we're just waiting on the moss altar. Do we get a quick check at our HP level real quick when he goes to save?
I think that I still
2600 for Sid, 2100 for that. 2600 should be enough. Should be enough. We need to get one heal off in between.
Probably need a small heal, but
yeah, we'll need to heal off between, but
so it's probably gonna be from Kane. Yeah, Kane will probably still be alive. Probably barely.
I don't know
at least from the second
or not. Are you yeah, I think he burned through all the Cure 3 items.
You just need a Cure 2. You don't need really anything too much. He just needs to survive.
Garen's like, hold on a second. Let me slow this down. Let me slow this down.
Yeah. It's not even slowing it down. It's just to prepare for this fight and don't want to.
Oh yeah. I forgot he had Avenger on. Yeah, you don't want Avenger on. Avenger on makes
yeah. Well, the Avenger is a very interesting weapon in the it's like so part of the weapon's claim to fame is that in automatic Zerk when equipped, but also it ignores any sort of Zerk resistance. So if you crystal armor, only piece of armor that resists Zerk doesn't care. It ignores it ignores its existence.
He's noticing right now he doesn't have any. Oh, he's got 3. Oh, right, he's got 3 left. Okay.
Yeah, so you just need to heal. Kane. It's probably mostly Sid or Kane. Preferably Kane, but it doesn't really make a difference because Sid doesn't really need that many levels.
He's going to try to keep everybody alive here. We can get back around the Rosa again.
Well,
I forgot Form 3. Yep.
I'm not sure that Cure 3 is going to be enough. The Cure 4 is good enough because of the split. Cure 3, not so much. I think the battle speed is at 4 or something. Porm's not going to live. Doesn't matter. She's going to get experience anyways.
Matic now ready to go.
Oh, well, but right now it has to go through the LST where Garen's already there. That is so. Right now the difference is how much time Garen will take, but this is so Garen probably will save unless unless people like gambling at getting the crystal and then going straight and forget about saving. Let's just do it.
Yeah, we'll see if we have a swag walk or not here.
I think with this, given the certain situation,
we already have a finisher though, so we're finishing. We're going for second right now. The car smash finished at 1:14:03, so we're battling for second.
Safety save. All right, that's fine. So, but Garen will already have the head start. So I think by the time Garen does the save, Matic is done, which is. So that's what's a 2-minute walk or something.
It's 2.5 minutes.
So that's mind you, Garen did 4 wipes, 3 to Odin. Like that's all. That's a lot of time. When you add it all up, you can understand how the times are finishing times ago. So
yeah, that's gonna be one of the questions I have if he decides to join us for an interview. Is what was the mindset after your third wipe on Odin? What's your are you feel like you're playing from behind the entire time? Kind of walk through that mindset as we see him gearing up, getting ready to go. Matic back on the whale.
are we doing a small grind? That's what I think is going to happen. If it's not, because this is the spot. So that's the spot to. Oh no, walk. No, we're not walking out, are we?
Why are we? What are we doing?
Oh no! Oh, doing the grind here.
Oh yeah. We got Siren.
Because
a Siren.
You know, just if there's a lore
meme
that if we somehow picked adamant armor, because this even though adamant armors are disabled, it doesn't stop the drop this particular drop, but it's the super rarest drop in the first place. So it is highly improbable, but not impossible, that if for some reason a drop occurs, we shut down the stream because lore.
Garen probably noticing he's not first, so we're going to go ahead and do the meme real quick. I mean, this is a good XP spot on top of it, to be honest. I mean, we're life glitching. If we can keep people alive, we're okay.
Well, everyone's already angry, I think. Yeah. I don't think Garen has much control, but maybe Rydiaz probably can do more Blarg or probably do another life glitch. So waiting for that life glitch to happen, I guess.
Well, I mean, we gotta make sure our party stays alive.
Sid is not critical.
Form's one.
So this is fine.
But she's
Form's gonna get the XP. Yeah, so she's gonna experience. But that now Garen's behind because of doing this specific grind.
Yeah,
so,
I think if the first place hadn't already been taken, I don't think Garen does this.
I mean, if you want this spot, you got a drop, but not the item to shut down the stream. That's too bad. Maybe next time.
All right, why are we curing? Because you get a free heal.
I think do another or something. I don't.
Oh yeah, encounters are on.
Probably trying to get another fight. Garen, I think needs more levels. I think that's the thing about doing grind. But hey, it's that time of the stream where I think we're supposed to go to bed or something.
Something like that. Some sort of like flags should tell us some sort of item similar to the alphabet.
Last letter of the alphabet.
What that's supposed to mean?
Oh, it's time for the ever-loving Z fight because Zeromus, that cute sprite, he needs a makeover, and because we're a randomizer, we like cute things, or at least not normal things. So I'll let you ask the question.
Well, traditionally speaking, in the community, because there are cute sprites, we have hundreds and hundreds of randomized sprites to use for Zeromus. We ask the question: whose butt are we kicking tonight?
And all sub questions like: is it cute? Does it have a hat? Yeah.
Does it have pockets?
I don't think bosses like having pockets. They like to empty out all their attacks.
I've seen. Is Garen really that uncomfortable with his party at this point in time? That he's doing this grind still?
I'm thinking about this. Have they reached their critical points? Have this party is really constructed to be a mage party.
Yeah, Rydia does not have nuke, and that might be what we're waiting on.
That's kind of the problem. This is why the monster boxes are a thing, but
Tornado miss.
It's cute. I see this. I see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rydia doesn't have nuke, which is probably the reason we're still doing this. So, still only one finisher at the 114.03 mark. So the other four. still at it.
Was that a miscast from Matic from not doing nuke? Because I saw lit 3, so that must. So that's. We don't change the weakness. It just the boss looks different.
Yeah.
The boss doesn't have the same weakness. It's all right. I think monster in the boxes are the answer. Those are sure fights. Those may not be the white fights you want, but those are the fights you probably could have taken on the way. But I guess because random fights, it's not that they're harmful. It's just like I find more value in getting loot with the fight than the fights themselves. Like random fight are what they are, but if you get a monster in a box, you get some decent loot. You might get something, maybe an Artemis bow or Stardust staff or a life staff. Things that would probably benefit your party. So I guess we have no other option. I guess it could be. That could be what Garen is thinking.
Or instead of walking all over the LST, just limiting his chances. Because you still have to go find where those boxes are.
So one of the things, from a grind standpoint, is just loot the boxes on your way, just on the way. Anything that is on your way, just loot them, and if they're monster box, good.
Yeah, not having 10 key items is really hurting Garen right now. That's what's hurting the most.
Well, it is, but I don't. But it's. But Matic didn't even have 10 key items when doing the grind, so it wasn't
right.
So this is it's one of those things where you just kind of accept key items. You always want 10, ideally want 10, but sometimes it just doesn't. It wasn't meant to be.
It's on the cards, yeah. It's on the cards.
So I would just you just make do. You just monster boxes are. I wouldn't say the safest grinds because you saw the Bimmy and Jimmy fight. That was not those. That could have been easily been a wipe. Just going that would be a safer bet.
Is that a crack in the bang? Yep, sure is. Matic has knocked down Tornado Miss for our second place finisher.
It's GG's to Matic. Because first on restream, second overall. So
second overall.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll see. I believe Matic is going to join us here in the booth in a moment as Garen's taking out the red giant to finish up that fight for another 68,000 XP. Rydia's still at stone, so Rydia's still got a couple levels to go. She's just not getting stone, so we're still a ways away if we're waiting to get nuked.
It's possible that just trying to reach a particular threshold. I don't know. It's one of those things. Sometimes
it's official time.
Sometimes maybe not be the level. Generally, you'd go for the level because you want the spell. If you're one level away, you want to get the spell. This is you just do it.
Yeah, but Rydia, I believe my math correct is 4 away.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to reach a certain HP threshold because of how big Bang works. There are caps.
Sure.
So you want to reach certain thresholds, the earliest threshold, because if you do certain kind of Z fights, but before that,
there's Matic.
Matic has arrived.
GG, welcome.
Hello, thank you. That was an interesting race.
But before that,
enjoy yourself. There's
Matic. Matic has arrived.
I did. It was obviously reminded me a lot of ZZ6. Just how this likes it. How it ended up working out, for at least for the path that I ended up choosing.
Yeah, so the Mac Giant grind, that was probably the signature play of your run there. Walk us through the thought process on when and why you decided on going for the Mac Giant grind and how that kind of played through the rest of your thought process for the seed. Walk us through the
I'm a sucker for that grind. I don't know why, but basically, getting the Darkness Crystal early, obviously, having a Sid with a decent weapon, having some charm arrows with a bow, having a white mage that can put a blink eventually, and just getting that sling off on Rydia for nuke. If I'm able to do it, I really like to push for it, and so I kind of prepared for it, knowing that I would likely do it, and I went to KV1 first to see if I can get a second character to sling, which I did with Kane, and I saw Odin there, and certainly Odin is doable with using Eddie and some Thunderstruck shenanigans. That certainly can be done in that spot. So I mean, it wasn't necessary to do the Mac Giant grind, but I went for it anyways, just because I just wanted to get all that experience, get my Rydia sung. I had a Kane now with a Dragoon Lance and an Avenger I found, also good, and that was good for obviously the levels. The downside obviously was just basically doing a boss hunt at the end, trying to find where those D-Lunars were, find a bunch of sparkles, but not the one I was looking for. So I finished up Giant just in case it was there. I full cleared Moon just in case it was there, and kept the odd, the occasional key item as needed. And eventually saw the sparkle in Zot, which led me to a 50-50 choice, because I had two sparkles left, I believe. I had the D-Lunars and I had Ogo, yeah. And so I saw the, well, it's 50-50 that it's there. So then I went to Dwarf, and I was surprised to see 2 sparkles there. So the play was to go to Dwarf right away, apparently. And but how can you know? Doing a boss hunt when it's completely unrestricted, it could have been anywhere. I very much could have been, screwed. It could have been in the first boss spot in, the hook route. You never really know. So
yeah. So
but that was my basic thought process going into doing that.
Gotcha. Was seeing Odin there at in the hook route, was that a deterrent at all, or was that something that you said, well, we'll wait and see if we get the magma key and we'll come back later? Was that a deterrent at all with the current party you had?
It was kind of a deterrent, but I mean, seeing that Kane there and like being like, oh wow, now I can sling Kane too, and I have a Dragoon Spear and an Avenger. Okay, we're just gonna commit full send to the to the Mac Giant grind, because like I said, the Odin is certainly it's not a fun fight to do at that spot, but I did have an Eddie, and so with proper timing it can be done to Thunderstruck him and get him slow enough to do, or get the boss slow enough to do all that. I'm not very good at that though, so I knew if I did do that, it would take me probably a few tries to get the timing down. So
well, that was even my question, because I brought it up as I think Garen was going through it, because you went and found Kane right before Garen did. Was you both pitched Eddie in favor of Kane? Now, like, wait a second, you see Odin's right there. Is there ever a thought process where you're like, okay, I want to keep Eddie just to get underground? And yeah, I think if you didn't have Darkness Crystal, I think that was probably a play, correct? But instead, you had Darkness Crystal.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, there would be really no other play, because you don't really have much of anything else, honestly. Yeah. I mean, you don't have any... I didn't have any Thunderclaw, or I had no Yang, nothing like that. Nothing in terms of... It would have to be the Thunderstruck or a bunch of grinding. If like worst comes to worst, and I didn't have a Darkness Crystal, I didn't have a Mac Giant grind option, then yeah, I would have had to go for that, and probably, like I said, fail a few times as I get the timing down.
Sure.
But I mean, I had Silk Webs, and you can do it, and I've done it before. It's been a while since I've done it, so I knew I was rusty on it. So yeah, but certainly if there's no other option, yeah, that definitely could have been done. And I don't know, what was the first? So did he go down the hook route?
First boss was Asura.
Oh, okay. That's not. It's annoying, but I mean,
it's
certainly
annoying.
Doable.
Yep.
Nothing super bad about that. So.
Yep. But yeah, so GG's to you. Deathlight, do you have anything for Matic?
Could I interest you in some jump strats?
Yeah, I know you can do jump as well. I know.
I know.
It was more than that, so it would be.
I like the Kane option, but I know it's just as risky, if not more, because of everything you had to do to get that set up. And you probably still need to do a small grind just to get Kane online. It was like you just picked up. Had you picked up him, you still had to do well, you get a small grind in like the monster in a box, but that probably wouldn't have been sufficient, just based on how rude Odin was at that spot.
Yeah, I will admit I've never done it with Kane for Thunderstruck on Odin. I've done it with Eddie, but I know with Kane the timing is just a bit more precise because of his jump
And you need
stuff
you
like
need
that.
blink. Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
need blink.
Oh, for sure.
That's so like you need. I don't know if you've gotten blink at that point, but you probably would need blink, so he wouldn't get punched into oblivion.
Yeah, I actually ended up doing all 3 monster boxes inside Eblon Castle for Blink, just for extra safety for Mac Giants. Illusions were for sale, so I mean it wasn't 100% necessary. I just wanted to be very, very safe because I knew I had a Sid and I had a Rosa with Charm Arrows, but there's no way I'm gonna 1-cycle those Mac Giants sometimes, and typically I wasn't even getting 2 cycles, so I knew it was gonna be a bit of a grind. It was going to take a while, so I thought I might as well get these levels, and that's kind of what I ended up doing before I did my step manip into the Mac Giants.
Did you step into? You're the one who stepped into Mount Ordeals, correct? It's either you or your opponent.
I did go to Mount Ordeals, yes.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so
You saw the wyvern.
yes, you saw the blog.
Yes.
Did you had any inkling of doing it? Like you might have. I'm not sure you had a Star Veil, but that.
I did have a Star Veil. I could have done it.
You just.
I just didn't want to do it. I mean, I knew there was a small chance I could get punished if there's a Cecil in the hook route, but I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna mess with it. You know, I'm just if there's a Cecil there, I will take the punishment. Whatever, I'm gonna continue with my plan. But yeah, I could kill that wyvern, but once I saw I was a zonk and I saw that it was not Julian was there, I was like, no, pass.
Fair enough. But GG's again.
GG's again.
That was.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Had a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing other races in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you as well. And again, thanks for restreaming and doing what you do. Appreciate that as well.
Of course.
Take care.
All right. Well, that was Matic, who was our second place finisher tonight. And while we were going through an interview with him, Flurry finished in third at 129.37. So we have 2 racers left. Stoney's still going, as well as Garen. And Garen,
is that Artibo and Sid?
I believe so.
I think I think a lot of things gone awry. I think the timing. I think maybe the wall wearing out. Maybe not using a Starville, because walls have been known to wear out if you self-cast in this fight, and worse when Black Hole comes. Like when you're not doing not enough damage per cycle. It's just the black holes definitely disrupt anything you want to do for the fight, especially when you're doing when you're sort of trying to do reflect strats.
Yeah. Luckily, we had a nerf in there, so we didn't decimate the entire party with that. So that was a good technique in play there. Rydia going to go down here. So we're doing some slow work. We're grinding this out.
Yeah, it's doable. It's one of those riskier fights. If you're not getting really good timing down on your reflect strats, it doesn't feel very good. I would have thought that might have been better to just go full reflect, like so you don't have to trigger the HP refill that happens after losing a certain amount of HP and you deal direct damage, because that would, and you just go full reflect. It's very doable. It's just a little can be a little clunky, but you basically use Kane and Sid as your healers and just let everyone
let them do their thing.
Yeah. White has a delay, and it's an unfortunate. Like I don't have much faith in Sid.
Yeah, that's probably why we didn't go for reflect, because Rydia never got to nuke, and
yeah,
we don't have white on Rosa, so we only really have the one spell to reflect that's going to do. I mean, obviously you can do it with virus, but it's going to be a long fight either way you look at it. So,
virus doesn't feel like a good reward punishment type of thing. It just
all.
isn't. It like compared to Tela, the virus is much better for Rydia, but it's just not. It's not like Quake Kid level
Right.
damage, and that's not. It's just not the. Like you still need some equipment to get Rydia to the same
Oof.
power level.
Missed the nerf on that one though. Oof, that hurt.
That's also the risk.
That hurt. Did we get that off
I'm
in
trying
time?
trying to get the ticks down, like trying to get it so she can get casted immediately for Rydia to live. Because if Garen is not doing the trick, it's gonna be bye bye for Rydia.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah,
we got the heal.
because if there's any extra ticks going, she's dead. That's just that would be the unfortunate state of Rydia for that moment. Yeah, the running away is trying to get you the extra ticks. Well, basically it causes the message, but ATP still goes forward.
There's rocks.
It just advances.
There's
We're
rocks.
almost
We're
there. We're almost
close.
out. This is
We're
good.
close.
This is good.
So as Garen's wrapping up here, if you haven't been here since the beginning, this is the second week of our community showcase race, community race night, if you will. We've done them. We did last Friday. We did this Friday. We hope to do it every Friday going forward. Now that tournament season has concluded, we are back into club season. So if you have any interest in joining the Free Enterprise community as we get a crack and a bang on Garen's side, please tune into our Discord. Join our Discord today. Get your feet a little wet. We got plenty of members of the community that are willing to help out, get you involved, veterans and newbies alike. And this is the perfect time to join. You got a bunch of different clubs going on. I think we're up to, on a quick count real quick, I think we're up to, I think it's 8 or 9 now that are running. So plenty of different flights just to get by. So join today. In the meantime, I get another shout out to our runners, Matic and Garen, for volunteering to be our restreaming crew today. We still have one more racer out there, Stony, who will finish up in 5th place today. But in the meantime, let's give Beauty and Discovery a thanks for doing our restream in the background. Thanks to Fulgrim for doing our tracking for us today. And then, any closing thoughts from my co-broadcaster, Deathlake?
That was a difficult flag set. Make sure to join Discord. And also that there are other resources. You can run a seed on the Free Enterprise. You should be able to just type in FF4FE in Google, and you should be able to find the website. We also have a wiki. If you there's a like a resource for one of the resources. Obviously, talk to people on the Discord. See what else is there. Other groups, other teams, other races, yeah. There's a bunch of things you can find about this game, about the randomizer, about the game itself. So don't be shy. There's a lot more races to happen. There'll be I'm sure there's a different type of race next week. Not sure which club, but I'm sure we'll let you know if you join the Discord.
Yep. This was the Lunar Racing Club this week. Speaking of those clubs, one of the clubs is the Trickers Trials Club. We're going to be throwing you over to that channel just momentarily. We're going to throw you to see Durand running one of those flagged sets. So in the meantime, again, join the Discord if you have interest in Free Enterprise and learning more. Outside of that, please stick around. Give Durand some love as we raid over to their channel. In the meantime, on behalf of Beauty Discovery, on behalf of Fulgrim and Deathlike, I am Rexsoul, and we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on the Free Enterprise channel for the Community Race Night. Have yourself a wonderful evening.